All right, back to the election. Some establishment Republicans want to break party lines and get a third-party candidate to take on Trump in the general election. Reportedly, former Republican presidential nominee Mitt Romney is leading the charge. He's reportedly been in touch with Ohio Governor John Kasich, Nebraska Senator Ben Sasse, turning up his anti-Trump rhetoric into action. Plus, a group of Never Trump activists have reached out to another billionaire reality TV star, Mark Cuban. So let's bring our esteemed political panel in. David Payne is a partner at Vox Global. Craig Viroga is the president of Patriot Majority. Gentlemen, we are both pretty amped about this topic because it's something that I don't know we would be talking about 6 months ago, but I want to start with you, David, because we have a list of people who reportedly, a number of news sources have reported are possibilities, and I want to put a full screen up for our viewers. Ben Sasse is one of them. Governor John Kasich, Condoleezza Rice, former Senator Tom Coburn, Marine Corps General James Mattis, and there's a couple other that have been floated around. But I want to get your opinion. You don't think it would be anyone who hasn't already been, I guess you could say, in this election cycle?
I agree. I think it's far more credible. If you're going to run as a third-party candidate against the likely nominee Donald Trump, I think it's very likely that you would need to get somebody who has won some of the primaries or caucuses, somebody who has delegates at the convention, somebody who has already demonstrated momentum this cycle.
Do you think, Craig, or do you think it could be someone, a complete outsider?
Look, I think that it's a fascinating story, but I think that it's better in theory than it is going to be in practice.
Don't tell Mitt Romney that.
One, it's late, and two, it's going to take a lot of money. I think the other thing about this is that, I mean, most third parties usually are protest movements. They're not refugee programs for professional politicians. And I'm just not sure that, that they can get it together in a short period of time and make this happen.
Not for professional politicians. That's exactly who's behind this. You said money, for one thing, but also logistically deadlines. I mean, Texas has already passed. North Carolina is coming up. Yeah. Is this even possible?
Most likely not. But they're not doing it because it's so likely that it'll work. They're doing it because so many conservative voters and so many conservative leaders across the country feel we need an alternative to Donald Trump. That's a strong motive right now, and it's people voting their conscience and deciding, come November, they need another option.
But people say if you try to force this other option, you are handing the election to the Democratic Party. Agree or disagree?
Look, I think that if this is a sign of how divided the Republican Party is, it would hand the election to Hillary Clinton. However, I do think that it might have a benefit to Republicans down ballot because it would help them on turnout in Senate races and House races.
But so that you feel is their motivation? Because I had heard reports of that.
I don't know what their motivation is. I think that this is a terrible problem for them, and it's like no matter what they do, if they do it or if they don't do it, they're in a terrible situation.
Okay, so what I'm getting from you, and I don't want to put words into your mouth, but perhaps they're looking at long-term, maybe for the better of the party. But is this really for the better of the party?
Well, I think there are so many of us who want a different option come November that for us it's actually a matter of conscience, a matter of can I vote for Donald Trump over Hillary Clinton? It's not as though Republicans want to vote for Hillary Clinton. I don't think many will. What I think is going to happen is they'll vote Libertarian, they'll look for any other option on the ballot, any other option other than Donald Trump, because he represents somebody who shifts on positions, he changes by the hour. I mean, let's be honest about this sometimes. And until very recently called himself a Democrat. So I think we have to look at those facts.
And in all fairness, my last question is, we talk about these potential personalities, but would they even want this role?
Look, I think that the actuarial table or the long-term survival prospects of a candidate who ran, if they wanted to go back to the Republican Party, is very minimal. Okay. I think if they run, they're going to lose, and then they're not going to be welcomed back, and they probably couldn't win a Republican primary in the future.
All right, you get the last word, David.
Well, unless it's somebody who's already run this year and has done some good.
Right,
exactly.
That would be Ted Cruz.
Well, if we see the announcement anytime soon, we're going to have you both back to talk about it. So thank you so much.